Hey friends, Casey Ashmore coming to you from the studio on Texas Family Law. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share on any video platform you see this on. If you have questions or comments, chat at ashmorelawfirm.com. Chat, C-H-A-T, at ashmorelawfirm.com. I'll make your question or comment the subject of a follow-up video or respond to it directly or both. I really love doing these for you, and I so much appreciate you guys watching them. So talking about costs and how you can avoid costs in Texas family law cases, you know, one of the things that maybe can't be done, and we're becoming more and more aware of it as our society not only gets bigger, but really as we're just addressing, you know, the issues of special needs. You know, when I was a kid, we called that handicapped, and we don't use that word anymore, right? Because that word it's a limiting word, right? They're not handicapped. We know now that they can have high functions in life. You know, the first attorney I worked for was a quadriplegic. You know, the only thing that his work in his body was his mind and his mouth. But he could operate a powered wheelchair, and he went to work every day for 22 years before his body finally gave out on him. And he was a mentor and a leader. And I'm going to tell you what, you've never had a bad day. You've never had a bad day if you've met Jim Savage, because that's a guy who overcame the worst day in his life, became a lawyer in a wheelchair, and practiced law for 20 plus years with only his mind, right? So, but back to the subject here. The subject here is when children have special needs, this is just one of the things that can increase the cost by no one's fault of their own of a family law case, because the support needed for that child does not end when they're 18 years old, right? When that child, depending on their ability to support themselves, when that child becomes 18, reaches the age of majority, graduates from high school, if they can graduate from high school, then, but presumptively age 19 or so, that child is emancipated. But the fact of the matter is that the need for supporting that child doesn't end. So the special needs of a child can have an impact on the case and can have an impact over time to increase the costs in a family law situation. And this is what I would say to that. It's just the parents need to pre-plan for that, right? They need to reach compromises beforehand. They need to be talking about it, because most parents are engaged in their children's life. They know that these things are coming and they love these children. And so reach that compromise early. Save yourself the pain of the modification, right? Communicate early and continue to communicate. And sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes that's hard to do even for the best of families, because, you know, it's a stressful thing to talk about how you're going to continue to care for an adult child over the age of 18, 19 years old, and continue to pay and meet their support needs for not only the rest of your life, but perhaps the rest of their life. You're gonna have to set things into place like a life insurance, right? You're gonna have to get some sort of a guardianship to make sure that once they're the age of majority, somebody in the family, mom or dad, gets to make the medical decisions, the financial decisions for them, right? Who's gonna get their Social Security, disability? How's that gonna be administered? Right? If dad or mom needs to continue to pay support for that adult child throughout their life, do they have a life insurance policy that names that child as the beneficiary? So that way, that if mom or dad became disabled, had a stroke, passed away, there is a resource for that kiddo. So again, these are things to be thinking about. Communicate early and save yourself some costs down the road. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. I love doing these for you guys. I welcome your comments. Chat at ashmorelawfirm.com.